Record. Okay, I'm excited, you guys. My name is Jackie Deering, and I'm one of the leaders on this team. I'm just like looking through, and I see some new faces on here. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to make quick Zooms. I think it's awesome to like sit and talk about random stuff for a long time, but really at the end of the day, we want to deliver the content to you that is going to help you turn around, start working, get results. So we are going to go over today on signing volume, signing customers, and getting volume. Now, I have a couple girls on here that I'm excited to introduce to you guys that are on our team personally that kill it, especially last month. I can see Shayla being like, yeah, that's me. I know that's me. Okay, so I can see them on here. I'm excited. But first, for the new people, let me just break down something really quickly for you, okay? So before we get into this, what you are going to know is if you want to build this business, there are two ways to do it. Okay, one way is going to be face-to-face, in person, you know, doing parties, vendor events, like literally getting in front of people. Okay, the other way that we're going to run this business is through social media. Now, when we think about a social media business, I mean, I feel like a lot of people do it wrong in the sense that they join a business and they're like, okay, I've joined a business. Now I'm going to start selling to my friends. And then they go to their mom and their sister and their friend and then their high school people they haven't talked to since like 2009. And they're like, hey, you want to buy this stuff from me? And they're like, no, I don't. Like, I don't want to buy that stuff from you. And that's how it was for me at the beginning of my business. Like, my network didn't want anything to do with what I was doing. So I knew that if I wanted to be successful in this, I would have to reach the other 7 billion people in the world. And what's crazy is, you know, being a global company, we're able to do that on social media without getting in front of them. Okay. So for those of you guys that are new, I want you guys to think of it like this. Okay. You are a franchise owner. You are a franchise of It Works. You distribute for them. You talk about the products, you talk about the business, and you just do that with literally anybody in any of the countries that we're in. So what we're going to go over tonight are ways that you can reach new people, ways that we're going to close the deal, tasks that we're going to do to get new customers. And I haven't prepared any of the people on here with any questions. I'm literally just going to throw stuff at you. So if you guys have any questions right now in the comments or just any like objections that you're like, you know, I feel like I'm doing this, but I'm not getting results. This is going to be an interactive Zoom. And we're gonna just, you know, address those concerns or address those objections or whatever. Just any questions you have around getting customers is gonna be appropriate for the Zoom. Before we get started, I wanna walk around just in the circle here that we have of people on, and I wanna just like 1 to 2 minute of what It Works has done for you. So who you are, where you're from, and what It Works has allowed you to do. I see Caitlin first, so let's start with Caitlin.
Okay, I was gonna unmute myself. Hi, I'm Caitlin. I am a diamond, gonna be double diamond this month. What It Works has done for me is allowed me to stay home with my son throughout the last almost 2 years, and it has allowed me to make more than my husband is making now, working like 60 hours a week. And yeah.
That's pretty legit. Like, isn't that crazy to think, like, you're able to be home and make more than your husband? Like, that's quite all right.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we got Shayla next. We're going to circle back around. I keep saying Shayla. I mute you. Okay, there we go.
That was right. You said it right.
I know. I said I keep wanting to say Sheila, but I know. Oh. We were just talking about this. I'm like,
I'm Shayla from Surrey. Okay, no. So my name is Shayla. I have been with It Works for about 6 months. I am an enrolled, going diamond this month because I'm going into summer without having to clock into it. Oh, sorry. Did I cut out?
No.
Okay, I'm going into summer without having to clock into a job. That is my goal. It Works has allowed me I work at a salon, and it has a very, very slow season. So I went from making $1,300 a month in the summer, dropping down to making $400. So basically this has been able to replace my part-time salon income with a full-time income. And I've been able to cut my days at the salon from 6 to about 3.
That's awesome. And she is going diamond this month, you guys. She is on fire. It's so crazy. And then Michelle, and just so you guys know, Shayla and Michelle both won our diamond retreat trip. So they actually tied. They had 38 points each, which is like crazy good. Okay, Michelle. I'll unmute you here. Oh, I can't do it. There we go.
Hey, there you go. How's it going, guys? So if anybody doesn't know me, I'm Michelle. I'm from Kamloops, BC. I've been doing It Works now for the last 4 months. I'm ranked at Ruby right now, but I was 4 customers short from hitting Emerald last month, and definitely going for Diamond. What this business has really done for me is basically my dog got sick. He got 2 emergency surgeries in the last 5 months. Those bills ended up being $12,000. So with this money, I'm able to put that down on the bill, because it's like that coming in is kind of, wow, like how am I even going to pay that off? And then you realize you're paycheck to paycheck, right? Your income can't pay for that. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. It's changing that. I'm able to get back control of my life and be able to get those debt loads off my back.
So awesome. So good. Okay. And I wanted to point out that Brittany was asked to be on here. So, you know, Brittany, why can't I think of her last name right now? Anyways, Brittany, she is Brittany Sloan. Yeah, I'm like, I just want to say Brittany Dante, because they used to have that share on Facebook. I'm like, that's not her last name. Anyways, she obviously has stuff going on with her house. But you guys, Brittany, as well as the 3 people that we just talked with. Sorry, I want to talk on that. All 4 of these people, even though Brittany isn't here, they are people that really like consistently show up for their business. And I wanted to touch on that because you guys, it's really easy to do the right thing for a month or a week or 2 weeks, or, you know, it's just easy to be like, have momentum when it's going really good. And what I will say is every single one of these people you will see as an ambassador diamond at the top of this company, I promise you, because of their work ethic. Not many people can like go really hard and like, you know, you're going to hit goals and miss goals in this business. I've done it. Everybody is going to hit and miss a goal. Like, you're never just going to hit everything you shoot for, but none of these people have ever taken their foot off the gas. And because of that, they are going to be able to live a life that most people will not ever get to live because of the work that they're doing. So just keep an eye out for them, because like, these are really good people to follow in terms of like how consistent you want to be and just what you actually need to be doing for your business. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to keep in the same order just to keep it easy. But Caitlin, can you give me your favorite, like, what is your best, what are you getting the most customers from? Is it host to post? Is it messaging for product models? Is it stories? Like, what are you doing the most?
I think it's mostly like following up and then host to post too. Okay,
so can you touch on that? So let's say host to post. So can you kind of walk through, you know, what your host to post looks like? Like, who are you messaging? You know, maybe if you feel that a lot of your people are, you know, new, they're your cold market, like how are you getting in touch with those people? Can you just talk on what you're doing?
Yeah, like, do you mean like, what do you mean?
So like you said, your host to post, the way you're getting customers is through host to post and follow up. So I guess first, like, what can you kind of walk through what you're doing for host to post? Who are you messaging? How are you positioning it to them? And then I'm going to ask you a question on follow up.
Yeah, so basically I'm not messaging like a certain number each day. I'm messaging for results. So I'm not just messaging like 50 to 100 people just to do it. I'm messaging until I see results, until I sign my goal of customers that I want for the day. So I break down how much volume I need each day to reach my goal. And then I will go for that and do as many host posts I get, or like do as many follow-ups as I need for that day.
So when you say you're messaging for results, so you're breaking down, like, just for you guys to, so if you guys didn't like catch what that means. So she is looking at her next promotion, which is double diamond, and she's figuring out what volume her team needs to get there. And what I love about Caitlin is, like, there was a point in her business where she maybe, like, it's so normal to not have a working chart, everybody working. Like when we went diamond, there was like 2 to 3 people on our chart working, and everybody had their websites turned off. So Caitlin does the same thing, where she looks at her chart and she's like, I want to go double. I'm filling all this volume. And all that's going to happen is you're going to make way above average, you know, because our compensation plan pays to enroll. So when you say you're messaging for results, like, let's say you need, you know, 200 BB in a day. Are you messaging all of your people in the morning? Are you splitting it up? Like, how are you messaging these people? I'm
stay-at-home mom, so I basically just like work the whole day unless Owen needs me or like whatever, but I'll do follow-ups in the morning, usually on Fridays, and then I'm throughout the day doing as many host posts as I need to get up.
Okay. On a typical day, like, okay, so let's say, like, if you were to message, let's say 50 people for host to post, how many are you getting up, would you say?
Like 2.
Thank you. That's what I want people to like hear, because there's so many
Yeah.
people that are like, oh, I'm messaging 10 people, but I'm not getting results. But you guys, the crazy thing about, especially host to post. Now, if anybody doesn't know what host to post is, can you just put in the comments the number 1, okay? Now, the thing about host to post is it's an ever evolving, door. I look at it like, let's say you message 50 people and 2 of those people host to post for you. Let's say out of those 2 people, one of them has a couple comments. Now you're adding those people to your network, and now there's somebody else watching you be consistent, right? So it literally, like, what I'm trying to say is the host to post that you get, or the results you get from host to post, like what seems immediate, aren't actually the results you get from host to post. Because Caitlin, would you say when you talk about follow up, like, let's say you message 50, you grow your network a little bit from that, but don't get any customers, right? Are a lot of those follow-ups coming from either the people that host posted for you or the people that you get what I'm saying, like added?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess my last 2 questions are, what are you host to posting for? Like, I know you sign a lot of triple threats, and so I'd love to hear what you're doing for that. And my other question to that was, what is an example, like how would you follow up with someone? So let's say that we talked about ThermoFight X. Let's say we talked about triple threat a week ago, and you gave me the definition, you gave me the pricing, and then I ghosted you.
Okay, so first of all, for the host post, I'm doing ThermoFight X, and then I'll message them and ask them what their weight loss goals are and like what other goals they have. And then I will upsell them, and I'll be like, okay, well, I think this is best for you. And then like just talk about what their goals are and what would be best for them. And then what was the other question?
The other question, oh yeah, like what was the other question? What's a follow-up look like for you? So if I just for you, like, what do you say in a follow-up?
So I just keep it really simple. I just message them and I'm just like, hey, so I'm putting in orders right now. Would you like me to put yours in for you? Sorry, somebody messaged me.
That's okay. Look at, she's always working, like literally. Someone just said Caitlin's work ethic is gold, and it's so true. Like, that's why I'm so excited about these 3 people being on here, because their work ethic is gold. Like, you cannot cheat the hustle in this, and they work hard. But you guys only, like, in this business, sometimes you see the iceberg effect. You only see what they're showing you, but there's so much that's going on behind the scenes that you guys don't see, and they all have it. Okay, let's go next. What's your favorite way to sign customers, Shayla? You're muted. Unmute.
What got me to Ruby is definitely not what got me to Emerald. Like, the things that I was doing when I promoted to Ruby is like, I was not getting anywhere. I was signing nobody. So what I actually started doing this month was I started messaging people and asking them to be product models for me, because I had heard in a Zoom, a training Zoom I was watching, that they were saying posting is not asking. So just because you're posting about something doesn't mean you're asking these people to try your products. So basically, I have the message. I'll send it in the comments as well. It's just going to take me, I'm on my phone, so it's going to take me a little bit of time. But basically, I'm just like, hey, I hope you don't mind me reaching out to you. Totally won't be offended if you don't reply. But I'm reaching out to a few people about some top selling products that I have, and I'm offering them at a huge discount. My family is only a few orders away from a huge promotion that would change our life, and it would mean the world to us. And then it just says, would you mind if I sent you a list to show you what I have to offer? And if anything catches your eye, let me know, and I can send you the details. And I found that, like, with this message, when I mentioned my family, like, hey, my family would super appreciate your help, blah, 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 then they're a lot nicer about it. And they're not just like, no, I don't want your products, don't talk to me, da da da. So I haven't gotten anybody who has been mean, but I've gotten people who will like read it and not say anything back, which is totally fine. I'd rather have that than somebody freaking out on me. So then when they say yes, then I'll just send them a list, like a numbered list of certain products that I have, and then I'll get them to pick their top 3 if they're like one of the people who are just like, oh, so like all of them. I want them.
I
all.
hate
I'm
that.
Like,
I'm like,
you
really?
have all these goals.
I know. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, you're just trying to get my wording. That's what I think. I'm like,
Exactly.
you're just a works distributor.
So I try to get them to like narrow it down, and then I'll send the information. And then for me, what I've found helps me actually seal the deal with getting people to sign is that I'll mention the discounted price, and then I'll mention oh my God, Caitlin, I just saw your triple threat boom. So anyways, I'll do like the discounted price. So I'll say, oh, like if I'm doing Thermal Fight X, I'll say it's only $54 a month. I'm in Canada. So on the 90-day challenge, normally $90 retail is charged once a month. And then I mention, and doing the 90-day challenge, I'll send you a meal guide. You'll get free access to my app that has recipes, workouts, and a chance to win free product daily. You'll unlock 40% off my whole site, and I will personally waive your $65 membership fee. So it's the same thing as the loyal customer program, but I'm breaking it down to make it seem like I'm doing them all these favors to do it for 90 days. And then, sorry?
I just thought I love that.
Oh, okay. And then, yeah, so, and then if they're somebody who does like a big order, like either triple threat or more, and their total is over $200, then I'll offer like that Live Fit coupon that we have. And I'll be like, and if you like, I'll try to upsell them. And if you end up getting our triple threat system, I'll throw you another 20% off.
Is that still active?
I think Erica said today that it was.
Yeah, I thought I read that too. Yeah. Okay, what is that code? It's LiveFit20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now someone just said, Tawny just asked, what if you don't have a family? How are you working that in where you're saying my family and I are pushing for a huge promotion?
I would just say, I would just take it personally, like I'm pushing for a huge promotion that would completely change everything for me. So like just make it seem sincere.
Yeah.
And people usually aren't too picky about it. And I try to put their name in the message as well, like if it's over Facebook, so that it seems more personal and it doesn't just look like I'm mass messaging all of these people.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's a good point. I love adding their name is a good touch. Okay, so let's walk through a conversation on how you would have a conversation. So so message me and I'm gonna respond. I will.
Okay, do you want me to send the message in the chat?
We'll just give the gist of it when Michelle's talking, X it out and send it in. But just like just be like blah 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 whatever it is. Like just like talk it and then I'm gonna verbally. Yeah, verbally.
Okay. So I basically would just go off my message and I would be like, hey Jackie, and if it's like Saturday, I'll be like, hey Jackie, happy Saturday. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope you don't mind that I'm sending you a quick message. And I totally won't be offended if you don't reply. But my family is shooting for a huge promotion and it would mean the world to us if you would give us the chance. I'm offering products at a huge discount. Would you mind if I sent you a list? And then if anything catches your eye, let me know and I can send you the details. I appreciate your time. And then I'll send like a heart emoji.
Okay, so then I'm gonna be like, sure, send it over. And so then you have a list of products, right?
So then I have a list. Yeah, I've got a list. It's a number 1 to 8. I usually modify it based on where they're from or what products we may and may not have in stock. Okay. So I'll be like 1, rapid hair growth system for your lashes, nails, and skin, and your hair, obviously. 2-day herbal cleanse, a clinically proven weight loss supplement, and I'll just do the gist of everything, like clear skin, ease joint pain, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll say, do any of these catch your eye?
Okay, I love that you said that because I feel like when people, like, just keep this in mind, you guys, whenever you're talking to somebody, you want to be natural in the sense that, like, ending it with a question is always going to keep that conversation going. Mm-hmm. So, like, does that interest you? Which one interests you the most? Does that sound like something you'd like? Like, naturally, that's going to be, like, prompt them to say yes or have an objection. But if you just end it with, like, number 8, a hair growth system, they're going to be like, okay, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, and what's next? So always making, like, your end being a question. Okay, so let's say I say to you, yeah, I'm actually looking to lose weight. What do you say?
I would probably go by saying, okay, what's your weight loss? Like, do you mind if I ask what your weight loss goal is? Because some people get offended by it.
You're like, it's for me, friends.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so I'll be like, I'm looking to lose 30 pounds. And then how do you take that conversation to the next thing?
I would say, awesome. That's totally a goal that I could get you to. I would start by offering, I would say my first choice for you would be our triple threat system. For me, usually I'll do the Thermophyte X, the greens, and the fat fighters, just because those are like the 3 products that I love personally.
Yeah.
So that if I have a lot of people ask, oh, well, have you used them yourself? Like, what have they done for you? For that, I actually have something to say for it. So I'll say, okay, my first choice for you would be our triple threat system. It comes with 3 of our most result-driven products. I'll give you some information about all, and then I'll do like greens. 34 servings of fruits and vegetables, 52 superfoods, aids in weight loss, and then I'll do like 2 Thermophyte X, do something about that. 3 fat fighters, write a little thing about that, and then I'll say, what did you think about that combo?
Yes, that was good. What do you think about that combo? And then that's always going to prompt people, you guys. So I just want to walk through this conversation because I think it's so valuable for people to hear. So what you're going to find is if you've never heard anybody kind of walk through a conversation, I'm going to put something in the comments right now. I want you guys to look this up on YouTube, okay? This is like a really short video. This will, no matter what product you're talking about, who you're talking to, you're going to find that all the conversations stay the same. Watch this video. It's going to change your business, okay? So after you give that definition, 99.9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yeah, that sounds great. How much does it cost? So how are you wording that price to them?
Usually I'll start by saying the retail prices.
Okay.
So I'll say for a month's worth of each product, it would be for here, I think it's like $241 or something. And then in brackets, I'll do like the individual price just in case they end up looking at it and being like, oh, I can't get all 3, but with the price of the fat fighters and the Thermophyte X, I could do those 2. So it gives them the option to sort of see the breakdown of the prices.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say, but I've got a few, or no, I won't say that. I'll say, but doing
It's hard to say it when there's no text replacement. Sorry.
I know. I'm like, but doing the 90-day challenge, it would lower your prices to only $150, and then I'll break it down again. And then I'll just be like, you do have the option to add, take away, or swap the products at any point if you decide that you don't want all 3.
I love that.
And then I'll be like, so I'm like trying to think because yeah, I have text replacement, so I'm like, what do I say? Nicole, yes, I will share the word. I'll post the wording when Michelle's on, just so that I don't cut in and out and take up everybody's time. But yeah, so I'll say that, and then I'll say like the sealing the deal stuff that I was talking about, like breaking down the loyal customer thing for them, just to show them like what I have to offer for doing the 90 days. And then sometimes I'll throw in samples, like free samples too, like out of my own pocket, obviously, just so everyone knows. But then I'll be like, did you want to give it a go?
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say, how many people immediately on the spot are like, I want to give it a go?
I mean, I think it depends the time. Like, I noticed that if you do it around like the middle of the month or the end of the month when people get paid, people are more like, okay, I'll do it, because it's like they got the money. But then a lot of the time, like when it's in between those times, they're just like, oh, I would love to do it, but I can't do it till like next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's where my follow-ups will come in, and I make sure that I write like in my phone, I'll be like, hey Siri, can you remind me to follow up with Jackie Deary next Friday?
I love
that the day it just like comes up at 9 a.m. Hey, you have to follow up with this person.
Yes. Thank you for saying that too. And you guys, if you're more of a no person, like the message I'm trying to like portray is follow up with people, because people are not going to buy the first time you talk to them. Like it took me 3 years to join, and it was because of her consistency. For like, this is what I know. Every, like, I think it's 6 months, people have something happen to them where they have to make a change, whether that's financially, health-wise, location, new job, they need income, something happens, right? And so when you are that consistent person in front of them delivering what they need, they're coming to you when their situation changes, right? Okay. Miss Michelle, where are we? Here we go. Okay, what is your favorite way, or what are you finding? Like, you killed it last month, well, you kill it pretty much every month, but what are you doing to get these customers?
Okay, so the biggest thing for me, it's kind of a tie between the HAPs and then my own personal journey. I think that's for me. I'm getting a lot of results by using the products and sharing that I'm using the products and the results that I'm getting. Because then everyone's like, well, what are you using? What is it? I want to know exactly. And then they reach out to me to find that information out, right? So, and then I can just say, well, I'm on the triple threat. So it's this, this, and this, right? So I'm taking the, the Thermophyte, the greens, and the fat fighters. And sometimes I use the shakes as a supplement, but we discontinued that. So now I'm using our new product, the BFF, which is an awesome little treat. So it's kind of an upgrade, kind of a sell off, and then they want more information on all of them. So I've made a lot of sales with the triple threat and the BFF on top of it by doing that.
That's awesome. Yeah, and maybe Michelle, can you talk on just what we were speaking about the other day about how you're getting such good response from how you're like growing your network and like how you're interacting with new people?
Okay, so I really try to, like with my HAP specifically, when I'm reaching out to people, I put a little snippet of my own story in there. Okay, so I'm actually asking them to help me out, and don't be afraid because they're on your timeline anyways, right? So you don't want those people if they're not going to be your tribe anyways, right? So if you're wanting people that are going to be interested in your story and following you, so I reach out to them and just tell them a little bit about my, my dog had his 2 surgeries and I'm trying to promote my business to be able to pay for that. And then it doesn't seem like I'm looking for a handout, like I'm actually working to get my business going, right? And I'm just, if you share this HAP, then I can throw you into the draw, and anybody that purchases and stuff, I can throw you in a little goodie package. I can send you some samples or whatever, right?
Yeah. No, that's good. So, okay. So for host to post, can you talk about like how, like what you're doing to make your host to post thrive? Like, because you're at the end of the month, you were signing like customer after customer, and then you were like, I just signed 4 customers, and you were like, I just signed 15. And I was like, dude, what is this girl doing? So like, can you talk about like, I guess my question is like how much, I just want you to explain like how much pre-work had went into you signing those 15 customers last month. Like that probably wasn't the first time you talked to them, or was it?
No, a lot of times it's a lot of follow-up. So my key is that when I get the HAPs up, I go back into my timeline review. Okay, that's how I track it. And I go through every single post, and anybody that's commented on any of those host posts, I go back and I just follow up with every single person. Okay. And I try to just I try to make it about them. So it's not about me. It's not about me making the sale. It's about what are their needs. Okay. So it's really important to have that conversation and that relationship with them. And then I just go in and say, hey, hey girl, I know that you were trying to lose that 30 pounds and blah, blah, blah. Do you think that you would be able to make a purchase this Friday or like today or whatever? And then from there, they're kind of like, yeah, well, I'm a little concerned. And then I go into more depth of like more about them. So I say, okay, are you a sugar and carb eater? And then they're like, yeah, well, I eat a lot of carbs. Yeah, I'm addicted to sugar. I said, okay, then you're definitely going to need the triple threat, because that will help crave like the greens. They curb those sugar cravings, and then the fat blockers, will get rid of that carbs and stuff, and it'll help you with the progress, and it'll boost your results with the TFX, right? So I'm finding that once I make it about them, they're like, okay, we'll give it a go. But it takes usually like 2 to 3 conversations before I really pull the trigger on them.
Yeah, and even that, like 2 to 3 conversations, like you're gonna have people that join it all, like it's gonna take one person It's one time to talk to you for them to sign up. It's going to take some people 5 years. It's going to take some people 2 months. You know what I mean? It's going to take sometimes 6 times to follow up. For me, like I remember I heard a number at the beginning of my business, like it takes an average of 7 to 21 times to follow up for somebody to believe they want something, they want to join your team, they want to do business with you. And so in my mind, like when I started, I would get frustrated when people would like ghost me or ignore me, or, you know, they'd see the price of the show. But what we want to remember is that it's not on our time. Just like Michelle said, like this isn't on our time. It's actually on their time. And when you can make it all about them instead of people can sense when you're desperate. You know what I'm saying? People can sense when you're desperate, and it's an ugly trait, especially when you're looking for money. Like you really want to make this about them. That comes for customers and that comes for distributors. When you can switch that mindset, and like that's when it really changed for me, is I was like, listen, I'm going to put this grind in every single day. Like I didn't expect people to come to me ever unless I was grinding every day for however long it took. But if you're having that mentality and you're just like, listen, I'm here when you're ready. I'm going to help you when you're ready. Eventually these people, they see that you're so serious about what they do or what you're doing, and they want to be a part of it. Okay, let's cycle back around to Caitlin. Can we talk, like how important, like, okay, let me unmute you first. I can't unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? There you go. Okay, so obviously you get really good results in social media. How important to you, can you just talk on like how important consistency is, and not just messaging, but like just posting, growing your network? Like, can you just talk on that?
Yeah, so when I'm not consistent with my business, when I'm not following up, I'm not getting results. If I need to get customers, I am consistently working at it. I'm not just like working one day and then the entire week I'm taking it off. I'm working at it consistently throughout the month, and not just one day out of the week or out of the month. So it's pretty important.
Yeah.
That's how I find most of my customers, is following up and like consistently posting, consistently like doing follow-ups and posts and stuff, or it's just like not gonna work.
Yeah, it's so true. And it, like, especially if you're new in this business, the days can seem really short. Like, I mean, like, I'm just gonna like think back to my first 2 months. Literally my first 2 months, I made under $300 total for like 60 days. And I worked every single day, and I cut out TV, and I was very consistent in posting, messaging, following up, growing my network. Like people can look at me now and be like, and you could probably look at any of these people like, oh, it's easy for them to be consistent. They're making like, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 or whatever $1,000 a month. But how am I supposed to be consistent when I'm making 20 a month? But the answer to that is the work. Like Caitlin started at square one, Michelle started at square one, Shayla started at square one. Like you have to be consistent when you don't see results, because the momentum from there is going to be what feeds your business in month 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I had one of my best friends growing up. Like literally we were best friends for like 15 years. She just is joining me now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because we were best friends. It was because she's watched me be consistent for all this time. So know that the work you're doing, like it may seem really a lot at the beginning, and it may not seem worth it. And it's not a job. I mean, like you're not getting paid $8 or whatever the heck that people get paid now to get to work at a job. You're starting a business. And I cannot stress to you how important the consistency of everything that's income producing in this business is going to be for your, you know, business 3 months from now, 5 months from now, 6 months from now. Okay, Shayla, what do you have to say on consistency? Like, is there just anything that you want to add to that? Oh, unmute.
Okay, there we go. So, I mean, I guess same kind of thing with Caitlin. Like for me, I find that I always try to think like, if I'm getting no traction, like you're planting your seeds, you're planting your seeds. Like that's just what I have to tell myself, and what I tell my team all the time. Like just because no one's signing, don't get discouraged because you're planting those seeds. Like I have this one girl who I was talking to when I first signed up in October, and she just kind of kept ghosting me. But last month in May, I had her and 4 other people who I was talking to at the beginning of the business actually come to me and say, okay, girl, this enough is enough. Like, what can you suggest to me that will help me? Or like there was this one person who's just like, I've heard amazing things about your confianza, and I talked to her back in December, And now she's just like, someone in my family, their ADHD is getting really bad. And I've heard amazing things about Confianza to calm people like this. So it's just like you staying consistent. You're showing the people that you talked to months ago that your business is still open and that you still have something to offer and that you're still there. So I find that just being consistent, even if you feel like you're getting nowhere, just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Doesn't matter if you're making less money. Like for me, I promoted and I was like super disappointed when I promoted because my paycheck was $100 less than what it was when I was Ruby. So I kind of just took the time and I was just like, this is either going to completely break me or it's going to push me to be better, to be stronger, to keep going. So I kind of just took it to myself. Didn't even tell Jeremy. I was just like, usually I'm like, oh my God, Jeremy, like I give myself this much raise. And then this time, like when I promoted, I was like, no, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to talk about it because it's just gonna get me down. So just honestly, like just staying consistent, even on the bad days, or even when you're out at a party. I put reminders in my phone like every hour, post a lifestyle post, so that when I go to look at my phone, it's saying, okay, it's time to post, even if I'm not scrolling through my Facebook all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just keep posting. That's all I have to say. Like that is what's going to get you your results.
No, it's so true. And I've said this to our leaders before, like, you know, I have people on our team that will come to me like, you know, any like Ruby, I mean, I'm going to say Ruby and above. I've had, you know, like top leaders come to me and say, I feel like I'm in a rut. I feel like this is happening. I feel like this is happening. What do I do? And you guys, in this business, it's not like, you guys, this business isn't easy, right? Like, I don't want to be the person that's going to sit here and be like, yeah, it's going to be super easy. Okay, this one person's thing has tripped me out. Does anybody else see this on here? Okay, anyways, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like a hand in the middle of the face. Anyways, you know, you're going to have ups and downs in this business. You're going to have times where it's like, dang, like this is hard. Like this, I don't want to do this. Like I've had it in my business, you guys. I promoted to double diamond really fast and I lost rank for 5 months after. And I know people are like, I would kill to make a diamond paycheck, but no matter what money you're making, if you cut that in half, it's devastating. And I say to people, like, in that time when it was good, I was working really hard. But when I wasn't where I wanted to be, I was working really, really hard. Like I was working hard to get that back up there. And I think remembering that your business is going to be peaks and valleys, but you don't grow at the peak, you grow at the bottom on the valley. And so when you're down at the valley and you feel like you're just like, man, what's my next step? Honestly, like you have to just know that if you take a break for a day that turns into a week, that turns into 2 weeks, and now, like I've never missed a day on social media ever in my business because my audience is watching. And if somebody ever has to look at me and wonder if I still do this business, they're joining with somebody else. There's too many people who treat this seriously that I don't have time to play like that. Like I have to be consistent at all times if I want people to take my business seriously. So I love that you said that. Michelle, do you want to speak on, you know, how consistency affects your business and just anything on that subject?
Sure. Basically with me, I'm finding my lifestyle posts are huge and being consistent with that because I'm basically showing my audience a piece of me because you want to brand me, I'm not branding it works. Okay. I don't want to do nothing to do with the products, nothing with there. I'm using the products. It's part of my lifestyle. So I'm finding that that's what's the consistency with that is what's giving that, that trust with everyone else. They're seeing results. They're seeing me do it every day. They're seeing that I'm posting about it, that I'm loving the products, that I talk about all this stuff, and that I'm consistent with it. The other thing is being consistent and not jumping around on products. Because I find if you're like all over the map and you're like posting one day about skincare and the next about cleanse and then the next about weight loss, everyone's like, they're confused about, because they'll come to you and be like, what is it that you actually sell? They have no idea. So for me, it's always a staple of what I'm using. I don't sell anything that I don't use myself. That way I have that in my bag of saying, hey, I've used the product. I've got the results. This is what I'm using. This is the products I love. And I'm honest with them about what I like and what I don't like, you know? So I'm finding that I'm consistently posting about that. It's basically everyone's coming to me. I'm not having to chase them.
Yes. And two things I wanted to speak on that really quick is, first of all, I love how you said that you pick a couple of products. That's actually one of my like best training tips is, you guys, if you're new in this business and you're just trying to get started, choose 4 to 5 products and feature them every single day. Like, don't be talking about this one day, this the next day, this the next day. Like, for me on my timeline, my audience knows what I'm posting about. The coffee, the greens, the cleanse, the hair, skin, nails, and Thermify X. That's all I post about every day. That's all I'm posting about my stories. I do host a post for those things. That's all I'm posting about. Because if you think about it, if you're posting about Thermify X every day, right, on your timeline, and then you're doing host to post, and the status that they're posting is the Thermify X, you know you're growing your network with people that want to lose weight, because the people that commented on the Thermify X post, you're saying, hey, I'm going to add you. Now you're adding them to your friends list as a referral. But if you're sitting there posting about hair, skin, nails, like, all those people want to lose weight, like, post about weight loss, right? And so when you can be consistent in just those things, it's going to make all of the difference. And you know, sometimes just gaining confidence by doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, you just, like, confidence is key, and you don't get confident unless you master it and do it again and again. So choose some products for yourself. If you want suggestions, Keto Coffee is hot right now. Thermify X is hot right now. Hair, skin, nails. The cleanse I wouldn't do right now because I know we're switching up the formula or something like that. So I'm laying off the cleanse, but everything else I'm keeping the same, which is allowing my audience to not even guess what I'm got going on. Like, when you watch a football game, right, and you see, like, the Pizza Hut commercial or whatever their phone number is, and it's like, call, 310-1010 Pizza Hut, and you're like, yeah, okay. And then the next commercial comes on, and it's like, call 310-1010, and you're like, yeah, okay. And then the next one comes on, and it's like, call 310-1010. You're like, dude, I get it. Like, we know the phone number. But what that's doing is it's giving you the same thing over and over again. So when you have the money, you're hungry, the time is right, you're calling 310-1010 or whatever the phone number is.
You're that 31010, that's Pizza Hut. So
What did I say?
What 31010 is Pizza Hut. So
but
we all know, like, what that 310
no, I know.
number is Pizza
Did
Hut.
I say Pizza Hut or Panago? I don't know. I think Panago's 310-0001 because I remember that when I used to. I actually love Panago pizza with the cheesy cheddar dip. So if anybody is wanting to order pizza, that's the phone number. And I know that because they're consistent with what they show me, which is the best. This is probably wrapped up as the best training video we've ever done. Okay. My last, actually not my last. I love that you know, I know it's kind of embarrassing. If you guys could see my skip the dishes history, you would hate me. Like, you'd be absolutely disgusted. So good with the cheesy dip as this. Yes, dude. I know the cheesy cheddar dip is so good. It is so good. I feel bad if you guys have never tried it. Try it tonight. Call 310-0001. Hashtag Panago. Just joking. Okay, so my last question, unless we have any questions, you guys, any specific questions in the comments, throw them in. But I used to work for Domino's. What's their phone number? Tell them their marketing sucks. I'm just joking. I don't know. Okay, if someone came to you right now, Caitlin, and said, oh my gosh, I can't sign customers. I can't get volume. What are you saying to them? Get to work. That's what Caitlin's saying. Don't talk to me. I'm working. There we go.
Can you repeat that? I was,
Yes. So if somebody comes to you right now and they're just like, hey, I'm just having trouble getting customers, what are you saying to them?
I
know. I don't, she's like, I'm nervous.
No, it's just funny because like, are they doing are they doing personal development, or like, are they messaging enough people? Like, what are they doing on a daily basis, really? Are they posting consistently? Are they I don't know, following up's really important. Like, you need to have that mindset of, you can sign these customers, you can do this. And even though you see other people signing it, it's just you have to put the work in to do it, and you have to have that mindset. And I think that's super important too.
Yeah, seriously. And one thing I'll say, I hope it's okay to say this, but Caitlin has come very far in her business in terms of mindset. I think that you can probably say that 100% too. It's a crazy turnaround. And, when I hear top people in this industry say the business is 80% mindset, I don't take that lightly. I wasn't one that was super into personal development at the beginning of my business because I was like, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to learn how to sign customers. But it's so true because you guys, there are going to be days where even us, you guys, there are days when I wake up and I'm like, am I worthy of this? Am I qualified to make this money? Am I qualified to lead this team? You kind of get in your own head. And you know, humans naturally, when you get uncomfortable, you start pushing your comfort level, your body instinctively teaches you to like retract. I always want to say retreat and retract at the same time. So I'm like, retreat, like at the same time. And like, that's what you're doing. So then you start telling yourself things like, well, I don't really need this. I don't need this. Like, I don't, it's not for me. Like, I could never be successful at this. Personal development gets you around that. And one thing that Caitlin just said, like, are you doing the work? You know, this is what I'll say to someone that maybe feels like they're struggling. If one person can come into this business, and I'm going to tell you right now, Caitlin, Shayla, and Michelle, and me, and I know Brittany for sure, are not signing people that they know for the most part. Like, it's not like they don't have like this like laundry list of friends. Well, maybe you do, but like, I don't know. I don't have, so I'm like, I don't have, but like, they're all people that they've met online. And so your mindset is either going to be like, well, they can do it because of this, or it's like, no, like literally they're like, you could have found that person first. That person wanted to lose weight. You know what I mean? Like, she just got to them first. And there's somebody turning 18 now, like someone just turned 18 now, and go find them on social media because they want to grow their hair out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people in this world. And so if one person can kill it, you are just as qualified to kill it. And the only difference between you and any of these people on here, me, Stephanie Dunn, anyone, is the time that they put into it, the willingness to learn, and consistency. I truly believe that. Like, most people will bounce. Like, they'll be like, oh, it's, I haven't signed a customer in 2 weeks. And then they stop doing what gets them customers. And then that snowballs, further into, well, I'm not getting results. Well, it's not for me. You have to stop that in its path. Like, you guys, I've had times in my business where I'm like, I just haven't enrolled anybody. Like, I'm just like, dude, I've been sitting here for 3 weeks and I haven't enrolled a customer. What will happen is you're either going to sit there and dwell on it and focus on it. One thing I'm going to put in the comments, if you look this up on YouTube, it's 30 minutes. I know Krista's really big on this. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. It's basically like the message around it is you become what you think about. So if you're sitting there saying, I can't do this, I'm never going to be like good at this, like literally that is only hurting you. Like, it's only hurting you. You have to do exactly what Caitlin said and just say, okay, I can do it. Now, what do I have to learn to be better? Remember that network marketing, what you are in, creates the most millionaires out of any other industry except for professional sports. So any other industry you go into, being a teacher, being a lawyer, being a doctor, anything, whatever you want to be, you have to spend time and money to get to where you want to be through schooling, through like whatever you have to do. You've already invested your money into this because you're here. Invest your time into learning it. And I'm telling you, these people did not just come in killing it. They just invested that time on YouTube, coming here, seeking out people that were killing it, and did it again and again and again and again when other people were falling off. Okay? Okay, Shayla, what was my question? Oh, yeah. I'm like, I didn't write this one down. Okay, if somebody comes to you and says, I just can't get any customers, it's not for me, what are you saying? Oh, I can't unmute you.
Okay, am I unmuted? Okay, yes? Okay. So basically, I'll just ask them if they're doing, like, I'll be like, how many people are you messaging a day? How many times are you posting? Send me a screenshot of some of your posts, or send me a screenshot of some of the conversations you're having at people, and I'll basically pick at it and sort of just critique what they're saying or what they're posting or how they're posting it. And then I'll just be like, are you growing your network? Like, I grow my network every single, pardon me?
Can you talk on that?
What?
Can you talk
growing
on
your
network? Yeah.
Okay. No, I grow my network every single day. I have a very detailed task list. So it'll say like, follow 200 people in the morning, follow 200 people in the afternoon, follow 200 people in the evening. And then I'll, if I go over it, whatever, but that's my minimum of just to make sure that I'm doing it at least 3 times a day. And then I'll also write, like, for Facebook, it'll be like, add 50 people on Facebook. So, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Like, when I add people on Facebook, I don't do the whole group thing because I'm in a lot of mom groups, and moms are fucking assholes. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, they're assholes. They will be Yeah. You just added me because you wanted to sell me your product. Like, I had a girl call me out on a post one time saying, I just wanted to add friends to sell them things. I was like, no, I never even talked to you before. I didn't say nothing to you. But so basically, I'll go through people who I either like got from a host post from somebody else. I'll go to that person's friend list and I'll add 10 people from every single letter. So I'll go A, add 10 people, B, add 10 people, C, add 10 people.
How many
So
how many Zeds do you add?
Honestly, not a lot. Like, if it gets to the point where I've added so many people, I'll just like scroll, stop the screen, and then add 10 people. Scroll, stop the screen. Like, so, and then like every 2 days, I'll just like delete all the sent requests of the people who never added me. And like, I'll do the same when I follow on Instagram. Like, I'll go to somebody's profile, go to their followers, and just like, I'll like look through the names to make sure that I'm not adding like Mohammed that wants to send you $5,000 from India. You're like,
Yeah.
you're like,
I get a lot.
I'm just like, okay.
It's like if we ever open in India, we have to go back and like unblock
Yeah.
all these people like
Yeah.
everywhere. Like
Don't ignore those messages. Just save them.
Like, actually, yes, I am interested. Actually, sir. That's funny. So,
But
okay.
yeah, that's what I do.
So you're adding people daily, though.
Yeah.
And this is how to you guys, let me just, again, I'm going to break this down, like, just from what she said again. It's so important to grow your network because think about if you come into business, you have 1,000 people. Let's just say you're super popular. You have 1,000 people. Most people don't start with 1,000 people. Okay. I'm going to say 700 of those people are probably never going to join you. Like, that's like, maybe they will, but they probably won't. 300 of those people are going to buy from you, or they're going to join you if you're consistent, but it's going to happen spread out. Like, not all 300 are just going to join you the day that you decide to join a business. Like, it's going to take you putting value in front of them in terms of either joining your team or the products for them to be, interested in what you do. And if you can't wait for those 300 people until you have a flourishing business, so you actually have to start growing your network immediately and give yourself a number. Like she said, like Kayla said, give yourself a number. I'm going to do 5. Like for me, you guys have probably seen my list. This is what I do every day. I don't let the day go by without doing that. And so when you give yourself kind of a parameter of what you need to do, you get into this routine. It takes about 21 days to establish a routine with yourself. So start the routine today, pretty much. All right. And Michelle, and you guys, we got one more question here for Michelle. And then any other questions you have, throw them in the chat. We'll quickly circle back. Okay, Michelle, someone's coming to you and says, I just don't think I can sign any customers. What do you say?
First thing I say is, okay, what are you sending them? And send me a copy of any of your conversations, and then I go over them. So I do that and kind of to see how they're actually handling their customers.
Okay.
So usually it's a wording issue. The other one is I'm asking if what they're doing for their posting. I go onto their actual Facebook page. I see, because people will lie and tell you that they haven't been doing stuff. So I literally go on their Facebook and actually check to see how they're posting, what they're saying, how often, and then go over it and stuff. And then I pick it apart, and then I'll go back to them. And I'm pretty blunt with them. And I tell them exactly, this is why. And you need to start doing this. How many haps are you actually sending out? How many are getting up? How many people are actually responding to that? If no one's responding to those haps, then I say, how are you building your network? And because obviously those people are not interested. So you need to build your network. And then I ask them, this is when it's been a crucial one. Where are you getting your people from? Because a lot of times they're just going into these different random groups they have no connection to whatsoever. And I always tell them, please go into something that you want to do. If you're into photography, go into photography groups. If you're into dogs, go into the breed of your dog. If you're a mom, I try to stay away from the mom groups because, like I said, she said it too. They're all kind of really weird about it, and everybody in network marketing goes to them. So stay away from that.
Yeah.
So go to other things. The other one I find is like, I go to little towns in Arizona. So I find little towns like Carefree, Arizona, or Cave Creek, and these little tiny towns and stuff. And I tell them to go in there and randomly go into and add people from there, from coffee shops, salons, anything that you do, girly stuff. The other thing is I teach them how to do profiling, because if you add people in, when you're going in and liking their and talking and communicating with your new people, I go in and see what is their profession, what are they doing. So if they're a hairdresser, then I'm probably going to want to put a hair, skin, and nails in front of them. So I tell them to go do this and put these hats in front of them. You know, so, and I mean, obviously if someone's into keto diets, obviously you want to start doing more your TFX and your keto line with them, right? Yeah. Pay attention to what's going on in their feed line.
That's good. Yeah, no, that's so good. And actually, I like that you said that because, right, actually, before we hopped on, Alana was sharing a tip where she'll go into like a small city. So like, you guys think about this, like I'm in Canada, right? I think we're all in Canada. Are we all in Canada? No, Caitlin's in Canada. Anyways, we're all in Canada, and I love to network in the States. Like, I just find like the products are cheaper. I don't know, I just love it. Dude, what Alana was doing was she's Googling a small town in a state, and that's all she used to grow her network. So she's like, yeah, I have like all these host-to-post going up, and everybody like knows each other. And all of a sudden you're like more reputable because all your friends and friends and friends of friends are together. And it got me back to thinking, like, that's what I used to do. I used to go to Texas, and so much of our team, like, I actually did it for 3 months where I wouldn't grow my network in anywhere but Texas. And we have such a big Texas team because, like, I enrolled a bunch of people who enrolled a bunch of people who enrolled a bunch of people. And that is the compound effect in this business. But if you want the compound effect to ever work for you, you just have to be consistent. Like, I feel with these Zooms, we kind of like sometimes overcomplicate it with every Zoom that we do. It could be signing customers, growing your network, like whatever. We go into such detail. But you guys, the magic in this business is consistency in a few things. Growing your network, posting, messaging, following up, personal development. Okay, those 5 things. And you are going to have to tweak those 5 things as you evolve, as you grow, as like things happen. Like, you know, there are times in my business where things were working for a bit and then they stop working. And a successful person will be like, okay, shit, it stopped working. Now what do I do? Right? And I switch it up. So what you guys heard tonight were just all tips of what people are doing to kill it. But understand that you're going to do the things they said, not for a day. They've been doing these things for months, right? But the way I look at it is people are willing to go to school for 4 years to not make any money, to go in debt, to get a job that they can hopefully graduate with. And I'm not trying to diss school by any means, okay? But what I am saying is if you're willing to go to school for 4 years, be willing to work for a bit here before you're seeing results. You know, I don't know if you guys know Denise Walsh. She's like a black diamond in our company. So that means she makes over $100,000 a month. It took her a year to promote to diamond. And I'm telling you, she didn't get to diamond by working the last 3 months of that year. Like, the work started in month 1 and continued up to month 12. And then the next year, it took her a year to go double, and then a year to go triple, and then a year to go presidential, and then a year to go ambassador, and then a year to go black diamond. 8 years to make $100,000 a month. So don't come in here and compare yourself to anybody on our team, because you're going to see people promote fast. You're going to see people promote slow. The only thing that matters is you get there. Nobody will look back when they hit diamond. Let's say it takes you 8 months to go diamond. Nobody's going to look back and be like, dang, I wish, like, it's shitty that I wasn't diamond all those times. Like, you're just going to be like, no, I got here. Like, I'm diamond. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it does. I can see Caitlin shaking her head because she's like, yeah, like she was like this close to diamond for months, right? Like, months. And she never took her foot off the gas one time, which now is letting her, like, you guys, she's diamond. She's got her 2.0 ruby. She's about to go double diamond. Like, she's been making close to 10 grand a month with this business. Like, man, I would shoot myself in the face for 10 grand a month. Like, I actually would. So if you would do the same thing, you guys have it in your hands right now to do so. Okay. So let me just answer these 2 questions. When you follow up with someone, and they don't even read your message, even though they've been online recently, how long would you wait? So for someone like that, I will go to their page and I will just like their stuff, comment on their stuff. You know, if they ignore me, like for me, when I got to 5,000 friends, I started to weed people like that out. But don't weed people like that out until you hit 5,000 friends. Just interact. You know, make sure that you add interaction as part of your day because it's so important. And then Tawny asked, if you're not hitting all your tasks, are you changing it or changing up how many contacts you do? I do it on a day-to-day basis. So, like, you know, those days when we were in Kelowna, work for Mike's business, like, I didn't get 15 hosts to post up. I made sure the next day that I got 30, right? So I don't lessen the the effort. I don't decrease the goal, I increase the effort, right? So you guys, one more thing that I'll just say before we hop off is this business, you will flourish if you can fit this into the pockets of your day. Now, 2 more questions I want to ask you. Oh, Teresa says, do you encourage your team to work if they are not, or just spend time finding new people for your team? You guys, this is how I work my business. 80% of my time, even now, is spent working my own business. 20% of my time is spent working with my team. I have done the whole thing where I'm like in my team chats every day, individually messaging people. I tell my team now, like I actually sent out a message to all my distributors today, like just the people that I've been like enrolling and like talking to. I'm like, listen, you know, I want you to know I'm here for you. Blow up my phone. I'm here to help you. But I don't convince anybody. You know, I don't convince people to do this business. And so what I find, like, and I kind of struggled with this when I was going diamond, but if people aren't showing up, like nobody had to convince me to do this, you know, like I know that there's other people out there like me. Like I can't be the only person in the world that is like so driven to like change their life, right? And so understand that you're going to have people in your business that will run with you 100%. You're going to have people that run with you 90%, 80%, 70%, 60%, 50, 40, 30, 20, and then you're going to have people that just sit there. And I will never sit with my team. I'm not going to drag you. I'm not going to convince you. But you won't motivate people, but you can inspire people. And so what I found is when I like dropped the dead weight and I was just like, listen, I'm here to help you when you're ready. And I know you can do this, and never like cut that tie, because someone could come back and be an ambassador diamond. It's just not their time. But I just say like, I'm inspiring people. I am doing my business like as if, you know, it's the best thing in the world, and I'm talking about where I'm going. And when I kind of put that mindset out there, I'm like, you know, I'm going here no matter if you're coming or not. You know, I was like 10xing it. You guys, if you haven't listened to this, it's called 10x Rule by Grant Cardone. You can listen to it on Audible if you can get like a free book, or it's a book you can read. That's pretty much what I started doing. I just like up my efforts, and I like hit the ground so hard. And you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, like it was a climb for me to go diamond. Like literally we filled every single box on my own. Like it was me and Laurel. Laurel was yes, Erica, it's so good. Laurel, so me and Laurel enrolled the same month. We went, like she was supposed to be my emerald for diamond, but we ended up both going diamond the exact same month. Like she went diamond like 3 days after me. We both earned that $10,000 bonus. It was unreal. But our whole team wasn't working. But you wouldn't know that at any point because we were just doing it. And what happens is, like, it was a grind to get there. Obviously, once you hit, you can just maintain. So then I could pull people up and start running with who I wanted. But up until that point, like, I was just inspiring people. I was trying to bring new people in. And then when you put that out there for a long enough time, the right people, like attracts like. And then I started getting real rock stars on my team. Like, I just, you know, it takes one person to change your business. And so work with your team, be there for them, but don't drag anybody with you. Do not pull anybody with you. Like, inspire people, show people where you're going, talk about it. You know, think about who you would join with, right? If you could rejoin and cancel, like, and go under somebody else, who would you join with? Why would you join with them? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I had that who I would rejoin with. I was like, man, I wish I could have been on her team. And so then I just started posting like her, because I was like, well, if she's making me feel like this, other people are going to feel like this when they come to me, you know? And so that's what I started doing. And then I was going to say one other thing, but now I forget. I don't know. I guess pretty much to wrap it up, I'm just going to say, you guys, you can all do this. You know, the thing with this business is it's just going to be like a gym membership. You can either sign up and do nothing or sign up and change everything. But I promise you, if you commit yourself, your life will drastically change with this. And it may seem really overwhelming, and you may be sitting there right now like, dang, like, I just don't know how to do this. I don't feel like I'm good at it. I'm not getting the response. They're getting the response. I'm not. And what I will say to you is, every skill that you see from somebody having success is all those skills can be learned. You know, everything can be learned, like how to talk to people, how to close, how to do everything can be taught. So just decide you're gonna do it, and don't take your foot off the gas. And success leaves clues. So look at these people, follow them on Facebook, go see what they're doing, you know. And we're gonna have some crazy stuff come out. I'm hearing a little bit of here and there what's coming out. I know we're announcing something, I think tonight or tomorrow, for the business. And one more thing I'm just gonna end off with. Okay, this is what I want you guys to really think about. Summer is a weird time, okay? People are, you know, going to the beach, they're having drinks, like people are living their best life, blah, 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 and people get lazy. But guess what comes around after summer? Fall. And then guess what comes after fall? Christmas. And people, I'm telling you, in fall, in Christmas, people start realizing they want what we need, either the products because they want to lose weight because they've been drinking on the beach all summer, or the income. And network marketing, just like any other, you know, industry, tanning salons, whatever, like there's seasons. From, you know, January till about July is busy. Summer is a little bit weird. And then, you know, Christmas can be slow. Christmas can be slow. But last Christmas was not slow for me. It was slow for you guys, it was slow for a ton of people. But I knew that if I could be the consistent person in summer, everyone was watching me. Everyone was watching me be consistent, watch me make money from the beach, watch me do these things. When they roll out these crazy promotions, $10 kits, $20 kits, the people that you see enrolling, all those people, it isn't because of the work that they're doing as soon as that promotion comes out. It's because I already know people are watching me right now. People are looking at me and they're not pulling the trigger. You know, I'm signing a lot of distributors still, but I know people are watching me and they haven't pulled the trigger. So if it's anything like last summer, when they release this, they're coming to the people that have been consistent. So don't let yourself slip, because the work that you do now is going to be what pays you for Christmas. And if you see value in paying in cash for Christmas, the momentum starts now. Get yourself to a number on each of your profiles. If that's 5,000 friends and, you know, 1,000 followers or whatever it is, set yourself a goal. Don't take your foot off the gas. You can do it. You can absolutely do it 100%. You are just as qualified as anybody else to do it. You just got to be like, okay, I'm ready to do the work. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for hopping on. We are actually just at an hour, so we'll wrap it up. I'll put this up on YouTube. But I appreciate you guys coming on. So we'll see you on the family call in like 20 minutes. Bye.